The game's fucked up, niggas beats is banging, nigga your hooks did it. The lyric penning equal to Trump's winning. The bigger question is how the Russians did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin. At the mercy of a game where the codes is missing. When the CEO's blinded by the glow is different. Believe in myself, in the Coles and Kendricks. Let the sock puppets play in they roles and gimmicks. Shit, remember Will Smith won the first Grammy? And they ain't even recognize Hove until Annie. So I don't tap dance for the crackers and sing Mammy. Cause I'm posed to juggle these flows and nose candy, yeah.
You know, first of all, I've never really had any interaction with Pusha T, so for him to diss me would be, you know, purely like
I'm in shock.
Issues that he's having within himself.
The nerve, the audacity.
It's about time, Drake.
You know, if it was directed at me,
okay,
just make it a little more direct next time.
So if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of V's, what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats? I've done things for him I thought that he never would need. Father had to stretch his hands out and get it from me. I pop style for 30 hours, then let him repeat. Now you popping up with the jokes, I'm dead, I'm asleep. I just left from over by y'all putting pen to the sheets. Tired of sitting quiet and helping my enemies eat. Keep getting temperature checks, they know that my head overheats. Don't know why the fuck you niggas listen to Denim and Steve. Musta had your infrared wrong, now your head in a beam. Y'all are the spitting image of whatever jealousy breeds. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. You
Drug dealing aside, ghost writing aside. Let's have a heart to heart about your pride. Even though you're multi, I see that your soul don't look alive. The M's count different when baby divides the pie. Wait, let's examine why your music for the past few years been angry and full of lies. I started at the home front, I'm on one. Dennis Graham, stay off the gram, bitch, I'm on one. You mention wedding ring like it's a bad thing. Your father walked away at 5, hell of a dad thing. Marriage is something that Sandy never had, Drake. How you a winner but she keep coming in last place. Monkey suit Dennis, you parade him. A Steve Harvey suit nigga made him. Confused, always felt you weren't black enough. Afraid to grow it cause your fro wouldn't nap enough. Since you name dropped my fiance, let them know who you chose as your Beyonce. Sophie knows better as your baby mother. Cleaned her up for IG, but the stench is on her. A baby's involved, it's deeper than rap. We talking character, let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh, Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real. Love that baby, respect that girl. Forget she's a porn star, let her be your world. Yeah. How dare you put yay in my verses? I'm selfish, I want all of the curses. I'm pre-booking the churches, me versus 3 hearses. If we all go to hell, it'll be worth it. Already aligned with the greats. And on that same note, the only ones I chase are 2 ghosts. Still giving you classics. That's the only thing that dates me. OVO 40, hunched over like he 80.
Shit!
Oh shit.
Man.
Who is this Sophie? This Sophie.
Yo, let's get straight to it, yeah. Like this is you know what it is, yeah, like for me, I feel like over the 3 songs that we heard, we dealing with like a lot of like lyric driven rap and a lot of subliminals on subliminals on subliminals. So I mean in terms of this, like if we're talking about rounds, like we're talking about Pusha T v Drake. Pusha's been going at Drake for years, throwing subliminal shots and this, that, and the third. But let's not forget, Pusha T and Malice were like 2 of the rappers who really pioneered this whole subliminal, metaphorical drug rap. Like that first single they had, Grinding, like a lot of people didn't really associate that the catchiness of the song with the reality of what they were speaking about, which was a lot of street shit. And they started that really, and then Lil Wayne really took that to another place, and then that just became commonplace where everyone was just talking subliminal. So when it came to beef now, beef was never really direct. People don't really throw direct shots, say people's names,
indirect shit,
and say things, you know, in layman's terms, so anyone listening would be like, oh shit, he just said that
if you
about him.
And if he got affected or it's relevant to that guy, get things mixed up as well, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, you could hear that he was coming at you because he's saying your name. Nowadays, they're dealing with subliminal fuckery.
Could be you.
Well, you can hear the tune, like listening to those tunes.
Catch feelings and think he is chatting to you about
You got to be deep into the knowledge of what's going on for you to know that Pusha was going at Drake. And then you'd have to be into the knowledge to know that Drake was coming back at Pusha. Because they don't really say each other's names really like that. It's still subliminal. Everyone knows what they're talking about. So I feel like Drake came hard for me, like, because his shit was like, I feel like his was not the most direct, but like his shit had more like consecutive punches that you don't have to think about or break down. Like in the Meek Mill Drake battle, like Meek Mill wasn't really too keen to reply. But you see Pusha was like, was it a day? 2 days?
He wasn't having it.
He wasn't having it.
He wasn't having it.
He came straight back. Be that as it may, Pusha is nice. And it's a beautiful thing because a lot of street niggas are nice. Got cadence, got dope stories, articulate, be it in formal English or in the language or vernacular that they speak on the streets. You feel me? Pusha's proven himself to be very musical, very lyric driven, like the vocabulary he uses. So let's just get onto the breaking down of like the quality of each of their responses. I mean, what I like about Pusha is because some of his bars even go over my head. And I'm not a person to, cancel that out as a poor rap just because I didn't get it. That gives me more incentive to listen to it again and try to figure out what it was. And when you plant a seed, there's more power for me because you're really like trying to appeal to someone's intelligence or trying to inspire them to do something which is, based upon intelligence, which is going to go find something out or do some research or, further your mind to see where he's coming from. And if you basically look at it where Pusha's coming from, it's of a place of respectable stature. He's basically looking down on Drake and saying, number one, you're a fraud. Number two, you're a fan. And spank, stay in your place. And he's been doing so for 5 years. Maybe he's just standing up for the culture. Maybe he just sees through Drake's design. Because who's gonna stick up for the culture? Everyone can't be running to do features with this Donny or fucking try make my man look better or give him credibility by working with him without addressing the fact that, bro, you're really like a conveyor belt artist. Pusha T is literally the angel Gabriel come forth to just lick moisture down with the fire flame sword and just be done with all the faking. Because hip-hop, we can't forget that basically hip-hop is based upon style and originality and individuality. So for you to be confident as an individual yourself, hip-hop as a culture was here to empower you so you could be yourself. There was many styles. You're supposed to create your own style. You're not allowed to bite other people's style.
Be an innovator, right?
So I feel like Pusha T being a baby of the 90s, and as he speaks on in that track, that he basically is in line with the greats, and the only two he chased are ghosts. He's talking about Pac and Big. So coming from that golden era, you weren't allowed to bite styles. You weren't allowed to have ghost writers. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Pusha T just feels like he's doing a service to the culture in his dealings with Drake and speaking on said dealings of Drake. Meek Mill fucked the game up because Meek Mill bought into Drake's sellability and his pop credibility to make money so we can have him and use him how he wants. And when he basically wasn't serving Meek Mill how he wanted to anymore is when Meek decided to have a problem. So Meek wasn't pure in his, disdain or his beef with Drake, shall I say, do you know what I'm saying? He weren't pure in it because you can't like a dude some days and then diss him for that same thing. Oh, you're a soft. Like, you knew dudes had writers. You knew what it was. You bought into that so that you could get some of that profit or that windfall that comes from him being that. But then as soon as it's like, he ain't really checking for you because he probably vibes that, he gets point for being more realer than you, and that's how that goes. It don't matter how much a sucker is. If you stoop to sucker levels and you do some sucker shit, if the sucker keeps it real, then you basically been a sucker, bro. Like, and my man who is a sucker by default is basically brought you to his level and then basically, bailed out and said, nah, fuck it, I'm realer than you. And that's what happened to Meek Mill in the Drake situation. So Pusha T's never played with Drake like that. He's like, yo, and in the Breakfast Club interview, he's like, yo, don't compare me to my man. It's not even like, don't tell me that I can't be better than my man because we're not even in the same league. Like I put this together. Everything you hear is me and a pen and a pad, and we put this together. Basically, the most prolific artist in hip hop right now is a fraud. Me, I'm in no position to highlight frauds in my life. I wouldn't put myself in that
Now it makes a lot more sense.
because I'm like, out here, I've got other responsibilities.
Right.
But Pusha T, he's a successful artist, and it's in his field. He's got time. So basically, in our opinion, we reckon that after 3 rounds of full contact, lyrical competition,
not
lyrical.
physical, lyrical.
I mean, it was physical because Pusha was putting hands on homie. All in his family, he put his hands inside his crib, up the stairs, in the closet, in the fucking loft, in the basement, looking for babies and looking for porn star wifeys as well. And I mean, based on the premise of real hip hop culture, you shall not make a hood a housewife. Definitely not porn star. Definitely not porn star. So I mean, based upon new school rules, Drake's winning. Why? Because he's got more fans. Based on real rap hip hop rules, Pusha's winning. Why? Because Drake made a whole housewife, plus he ain't who he professes to be, plus he got a ghostwriter, so all of them shits just count him the fuck out. So do. But he could come back, and if he was to come back, I suggest the only way he could come back was keeping it real. I don't know how real you could keep it at this point.
How did you come back for keeping it real from that though?
I don't know.
How did you cover all of that? How did you sweep that all under the carpet?
Tell the story, man. Be honest, because I don't know what he's going through or what made him do that shit.
Admit being
a narcissist,
a fraud,
and being a bit of a motherfucker,
and being a businessman,
admit being a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Because you can be real with it. She a porn star, don't matter. He fell in love with her, stand by it. But you gotta really stand by it, like Ice-T and Coco. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be with a female who's out there, really putting herself out there, bro, you gotta keep it G. Because anything basically in the darkness will come to light. And then that's your yo. And then you know what's the funny thing? If people don't care, it just shows you the quality of the society we're living in. Where people are not held accountable for their actions and their words.
Fucked up.
So long as they got money and status. You know what I'm saying?